Hello, happy Friday. As you can see, my hair is a mess, so I figured I'll talk about what I want to talk about while I do my hair. I'm not doing anything special. I literally just keep rebraiding it in this form. Usually I take off my ring when I do my hair because I don't like the cream and stuff of what I use just stuck in my head. But anyways, go ahead and subscribe right now and we're gonna get started. Okay, so yesterday I told you guys that I was helping my sister-in-law move and all that good stuff, right? And I realized when I was coming back home that, yeah, I didn't just wake up. I've been up for a while. I kind of just got out the bed though. I read my word already, read my book, set some stuff up, emailed, and now I'm like out the bed. So I was texting one of my friends on the way home and I was like, man, moving is the worst. Like, without movers, I think as an adult, moving is just annoying. It is really annoying and it's a lot of hard work. I mean, I've always helped like my friends and all that other stuff move, so I don't have a problem helping people move, but just be prepared. You're going to for sure get like a workout in. Like, there's no doubt about that. You're gonna get a good workout in too. But I was like, man, that has to be like one of the top things with adulting. It has to be moving. But the number one thing is paying bills. My gosh. Bills is stupid. Bills are dumb for sure. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, what are the top things about adulting that are the worst? So you have bills, you have moving without movers, and I think like real responsibilities. And that's just making sure that you're a decent human being, you know, things like that. But anyways, I really came on here to tell you guys that yesterday on the way home, so we were on our way home around, we left around 10. So I'm exhausted. Me and my husband and my sister-in-law, all of us exhausted, right? We were working that day. Definitely working that day. We were exhausted and we all had like separate cars, of course, or whatever. So my husband, I don't know where he's at. And this is a route that I always take. Like, it's not a new route or anything like that. And I'm driving, and you know, most times when you see a yellow light, you go past the yellow light and stuff like that. That's what happened. Mind you, not 2 years ago, a year ago, hold on. So normally I'm a super safe driver, and that's because I have a fear attached with cars, and I don't really know where that fear came from, honestly, and I don't think I care to find out where it came from, but it's here, right? So last year I was driving to Miami for Mother's Day to surprise my mom, and I got pulled over and it was said that I was speeding, and I was like, I really don't believe that, but it's all good, whatever. That whole situation happened. So, and cruise control became my best friend at the time. So anytime if I live far from everything now, so anytime I have to go on the interstate for a long period of time, cruise control. Like, y'all not gonna stop me and say that I'm speeding again or whatever. And because of my husband, learning to drive in Miami is completely different. So because of my husband, I don't do like rolling stops or whatever. I stop completely now. I don't, what's that thing called? Dang, he hates it so much. God, when you're close, tailgate. I don't tailgate. Like, I really am just I be minding my business, taking my time, right? So I wasn't speeding, so it's not like I was speeding past this light. So I see the yellow, but the speed I was going in, which I was, it's just that I was too close to just like come at a complete stop. To me, that wouldn't make sense to do. And so I'm like, all right, cool. So I go past the yellow light. Now, you know, when you go under a yellow light, you can see sometimes when it turns red. So my car was already past the yellow light. Like, I'm already on the other side of the street. And I seen when it turned red. So I'm like, all right, cool. But then I seen the cop come like from where he was sitting to come behind me. And I'm like, all right, he's gonna stop me. And the reason I say he's gonna stop me, because I'm like, ain't no reason why you're following me this far and not gonna stop me. It doesn't make any sense. And so I'm like, all right, cool, let me be prepared. Mind you, when I get exhausted, I'm very irritable, like very, very, very irritable. So I'm looking at him the entire time. He follows me to the next street light, and yeah, he follows me to the next street light, and he finally turns his light on to pull me over. I'm like, all right, cool, because I kind of knew that was gonna happen anyway, right? And so I roll out, I turn off the car. Well, I didn't turn off the car, I just put the radio down. And he comes in and he was like, do you know why I stopped you? And my honest answer was no, because I know I didn't pass no red light. And he's like, oh, so you're gonna act like you didn't run that red light? It was this white skinny man, and I'm like, okay. Mind you, it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock at night right now. And I'm like, okay, let me just shut up. So I was just like, you know, if I did, I wasn't aware that I did. And he was just like, you know, where's your license? You know, all the typical stuff when you get stopped, if you've ever gotten stopped. And I'm like, all right, I give it to him, and he's like, where are you coming from? I tell him where I'm coming from. Mind you, from where I am to where I'm coming from, you know I'm driving a long ways. And by that time, my voice is groggy because I'm super tired. The reason I even had music on was to, like, you know, help me get home, like, so I could kind of jam to get home in peace and stuff. And so my husband texts me, and he's like, you know, the GPS took him a different route. And I'm like, all right. I said, well, I'm getting a ticket. And he immediately calls me. He's like, where are you? And I told him where I am. Mind you, I'm so close to just being home. Like another 20 minutes of just driving to just get me home. And then I'm like, well, he stayed on the phone with me. And this man takes forever. And I'm like, yo, what is he doing? And I have a clean record, because that ticket I told y'all about earlier, before it got dismissed. So there's nothing on like my license and stuff like that. He's just taking a long time. And then I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, fine, you know. Even my husband was like, man, he's taking a while. So he finally comes and he's like, all right, I'm giving you a ticket for a red light violation. your court date is blah blah blah, whatever. I'm like, okay, at this point you're not getting a conversation out of me. You're not. And I prayed about that this morning, because I don't like being rude to people, but he already came off rude. I'm already super tired. I just want to go home, get in a shower, go to bed. And he's trying to have a conversation. He's like, you know, it's better that you get home safe and all that. I'd rather you get home safe and stuff. I'm just like, okay. Like, just hand me the stuff. Like, just do what you need to do. You already giving me the ticket. You really think I'm really listening to you right now? And what killed me after he said all that or whatever, still kind of in like a annoying way, he's just like, you know, have a good night. How you gonna tell somebody have a good night after you give them a ticket? What sense does that make? What sense does that make? You really think I'm gonna have a good night after you gave me a ticket? Sir, get out my face. But when at that point, I didn't listen to music anymore, because I can drive in a car when it's silent. It's never been a bother to me, because my mind is always going. So it's easy for me to listen to. It's easy for me to drive without listening to music or anything. So I'm sitting in the car, I'm silent, because at this point Joseph is off the phone, and I'm just like, how he gonna say? Like, he don't mean what he said. He's just doing his job. Because if I were to run a red light and got hit by another car or die, whatever, it does not affect his life at all. You get what I'm saying? Like, he still goes home to his family. Like, he is not thinking about me. So for him to, and I get it, no one wants someone to die, but don't just be like, you know, for me it's better to know that you're getting home safe and stuff like that. You don't know me, and my life probably does not matter to you, like, at all. The moment I drove off, you're not thinking about me no more. Like, you're just doing your job. And so I feel like you don't have to say that, because I don't think you actually care about my safety. Because let's say you were sitting at that stop you were at, right? And I did get hit by a car. What in your life has changed besides you having to do your job, you know? You're not saving my life. But anyways, there's that. And I'm just like, man, as adults, we just have so much responsibility. So much responsibility. And one of those responsibilities is driving safe, you know? It's driving safe, which I always freaking do. And I always seem the one to get the ticket. This is my second ticket I've ever gotten. And I'm just like, 2 days after my birthday. Of course. But I'm not gonna let it really faze me like I've done like in the past with other things. I'm just, whew, when you unbraid your hair, it's just I don't know, it's like a tingling feeling that just come around, and it's just like, ooh. I feel like the more the Lord is growing me, the more like certain things is just like, it happens, I can't do anything about it, let's just move on. Like, I can't take the ticket back. The ticket is here. So what's the point of me being pissed off about it? I can be annoyed, like, yeah, I'm annoyed that I got it, but whatever. It's gonna be his word against mine. And anyways, I just wanted to share that. Adulting sucks. It really does. And I'm just like, I can't just pay the ticket. Like, even if I could afford it or whatever, I'm pretty sure I can, but it's just like, when you pay the ticket, you're admitting guilt, and you're saying, yeah, that's what you did, and now you have points on your license, and your insurance could probably go up. Who has time for that? No one. So yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen, child. But that's my little story for today. I hope you guys have a blessed Friday and drive safe and do not get into any tickets. See how quick that was? I already got this new braid in, and then I'm gonna sweat it out again. If you can see it. I'm gonna sweat it out again, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna wash my hair on Sunday. Yeah, I'll wash it on Sunday. And yeah, I'm just gonna go right back in these braids. I realize now that I'm working out 2 times a day, there's no point of me having like a real hairstyle. It's been these 2 braids for a while. It's easy to maintain, easy to do. If I feel like I may need to go out, take them out, boom, look. Does this not look beautiful on both sides? And then comb it back out, rebraid that sucker, call it a day, you know? And yeah, that's where I am right now. This is apple cider. This is not apple cider vinegar. This is aloe vera juice. I don't know why I said apple cider. Oh. Anyways, all right, that was my little story time. Adulting sucks, and hey, life. Go ahead, don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, I love you, but Jesus loves you most.